Okay, cool. So here we're going to keep on recording what we're doing. We're going to start the recording is what I mean. And we're making a Ruby pet store where you can go in and buy pets. These are our objectives. User will have a cart. Pets will have a name and a price. The menu will show, you can pick out pets from a list of all pets, show what's in the cart, and then you can remove an item from the cart. And you can we'll also want to show the total cost of the cart. And then we'll also have a section where you can add additional pets. And this will be kind of like an admin section. So I'm going to put have a password for that so that only an admin would be able to get into that. So let's comment this out so it doesn't mess with our code. And let's see here. Okay, sweet. So what's the first thing that we kind of need to do? I want this review to go slow and like make time for anyone who has questions, you know, to get their questions answered. So what do you think we should do first if we have these objectives?
Start making that menu.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. So let's make a function for the main menu. Let's call it main menu and make sure to end it. And then let's go ahead and put kind of what we want in there. So we're going to have a bunch of different puts. And so let's just say like, welcome to the amazing Ruby pet store. And then we will also say, let's just put one of these like little breaks in here. And let's put our menu items. So one, pick out your pets. Let's do two, view cart. Let's do three, we want to remove, I guess this could be under view cart, but for simplicity, let's just keep everything in one level deep. So remove an item from cart, and 4, then we're going to show my total, and then we will put a 5th one here. We'll just call this admin. Kind of like some of the old sites in the early 2000s would have like a button for admin on their front page. We'll do it like that. So then let's, I always like to test things as you go. So let's test this out. So what do we need to do to make this run so that it'll show our menu?
We need to call it, yep.
Exactly. So let's call our function, our method here, and then we'll run our program. And let's see. Okay, cool. So welcome to the Amazing Pet Store. We've got our menu and then it exits. So let's see, let's put some more pseudocode in to make the rest of it here. And I would say we're gonna kind of want to break these down. So we want to first make something that we want to pick out pets. So actually we already have this up here. Let's see what we need to do for this. So in order to pick out pets from a list of pets, what we're going to need to do is, it'd probably make more sense for us to make a method to display all pets. And then we also will probably need a couple more things for this. We're probably going to need an array with all the available pets. And then we'll also need to make an array with the cart. So let's start by making those things. And so what do you think we should do? Like, how should we set up our array for the pets? Like, what should we make a class?
Like an
variable?
instance variable.
Cool. So let's just call it pets, and we'll put in our pets. And then inside of the array, how should we differentiate between the pets so that we can have an array with all the available pets, and then the pets have a name and a price? What should we use inside the array?
A hash.
Very good, exactly. So we'll make an array of hashes, and we can have the pets have a name. What's the name, or dog? Throw out some examples here. Maybe dog is one of them.
Chancho.
Chancho.
Spot.
Oh, we're gonna have them all be okay. Well, these would be particular dogs. Okay, I like that. So they'll all be dogs, right? We're just gonna have like one kind of. So
The dog shop.
you could also have the say like to show what type it is if you want. We could have the like a type of pet dog, and then maybe we'll do something with that later if we get to it. And then how much should Chancho cost? A couple bucks, $10, $100.
Donation based.
No, that messes up. That messes it up later. Let's do $50 for Chancho. All right, and then let's make a few more for fun. All right, what was the other one? Spot. And Spot is a dog also. Let's get a couple cats. What about Mittens? I had a cat named Mittens. And we'll make Mittens $30. One more animal.
Smokey.
Reptar.
Or that.
I like both. Let's do both. Did I spell that right? Reptar.
Yeah, I think Reptar should be a lizard.
Nice. Okay. And then Smokey is a bear.
It can be. I was thinking cat.
I think maybe cat.
My grandma had a cat that was gray and smoky, so we called it Smokey.
Nice. Let's do this. Oh, no, it's supposed to be 50. We'll just change these to something random. 25. Smokey's on sale. Lizards would be a little less. Okay, cool. So we got the pets. And then we're also going to need an array to store our cart. And that will be empty to begin with. Empty and sanitized. So let's see. Next thing we need to do is, so let's do something to put the pets in the cart. So we need to like make option 1 work. How do we make option 1 work? What's a good, anyone have any ideas of where I should start on this?
Make like if and else statement, or well, start with the variable for user input. So maybe it's like choice equals gets.strip, and then you could do I just spaced out, just the a case statement or something, or like a,
yeah,
I don't even know what you call it, method, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Let's do a big case statement. So we'll set it up. We'll do when 1, we can do choose pets. When 2, we can set it up, pick, let's see, 2 will be show cart. And then when it's 3, we can do delete item, or delete, or I guess delete, but maybe remove pet. Can't really delete a pet. And then when it's 4, we can show the total cost. And then we'll say otherwise we will, we can do but invalid choice. And so let's see how far this gets us going. So I'll just save us a little bit of headache. We're gonna have to stub these functions out in order to get it to work. So let's make all these. So we need choose pets, and then we're going to need one for show cart. And then we're going to need one for remove pet. And we will want one for show total. So that way we won't have an error because it'll know where these methods are. Okay, so let's run it, make sure we don't have any problems so far. Oh, okay, cool. So we've got one error that says syntax error, unexpected curly brace, expecting square bracket. So let's kind of look and see where this is. It's probably something how we made our array of hashes. Can anyone spot the error? What might be causing this?
You need commas after the hash on the end.
And then you can also do trailing commas in Ruby. So you can have an extra comma there. It doesn't actually change what it does. Let's run that. Okay, unexpected syntax error, unexpected end of input, expecting end. Anyone have a clue where that is? I'll give you a hint, it's somewhere in here.
Need an end after your case.
Yep, exactly. So let's get that end there, and that should hopefully solve that one. Okay, cool. So now it's working. These won't do anything if you type the numbers other than end the program, because it'll go hit these methods and then close everything out. So let's put one more for the admin if we can get to that. 5. We'll just do admin, and then we'll do one more. Okay, sweet. So let's start with the choose pets. We want to put something that lets the user know what's going on. And then we'll say, now what do we want to do in order to display the pets? Does someone want to remind us what to do? So let's say we've got the pets array. If we just show that, that's going to, we could pick out your pets. Oh, it doesn't like one. Invalid choice. Oh, I think, well, let's try and figure this out first. So I pressed 1, it said invalid choice. And it's hitting the else there. So
I think you have to convert your choice into an integer.
exactly, that's exactly the step that we forgot. Because right now, if you it's just it has 1 as a string. Like if we do, say we do a print, is it print or p? I think it's p. If we do a p of choice, it'll show us the data type. So we press 1, and then right here we printed out the choice. That's the one nice thing about this p tool there, is it'll show that it's a string. So if we do gets.strip to I, we can then pick 1, and it has showed us that it's 1. And it has successfully chosen that option. So we don't need this code anymore. And here it is in our choose pets, and it's printing all the information out. All the array has been put on each line, but that doesn't do us any good. You know, how can you make sense of that information? So what should we do to clear that up a little bit?
Each with index.
Very good. So let's do that. Each with index. and then we will do it in a block here, and we'll call it a pet, and we can call it the index, and let's put the end here. One second, I gotta close my door. All right, and then we'll be able to print out that. So let's show a list of, oh, I don't want this puts here. We're going to interpolate. So in order to do that, we have to escape the string using the escape character with the pound sign. And then we can interpolate the pet, or first we want the index. And we will do +1, because the index of an array starts at 0. So let's put that there, and then we will have another escape character and interpolate the pet. We also want the name, and that's how we get the name, because this will access the first, the key of the object. So each one of these pieces of pets is called a pet. We're taking whatever piece of that, whatever element of the array, we're taking its name, and we're going to display it here. And then we also want the price. Let's make sure that's working so far before we get too far ahead of us. So pick out your pets. We've gone through and we've listed all the names. So we're doing pretty good so far. And then let's add the price. We can say cost. And we'll put a $sign so it makes it look legible. And then we can put the pet in the same exact way as we do with cost. And that should do it. So let's see if that works. So I got pets. Now we've got all of the pets here and their costs. So does anyone have any questions so far? Okay, cool. So let's move on to the next method that we've stepped out. So show cart. Let's see if we want to show the cart. Oh well, that didn't really do anything. Now we have to have the user choose one of these pets. That's just showing the list of pets. So in order for the user to choose one of the pets, we're going to have to get a choice again. We can actually use the same name because the scope of choice is only limited to this method. So we can just keep saying choice equals gets dot chomp or strip. Chomp and stripper, they're going to end up doing the same. You're going to end up with the same result. They're a little bit different, but they do what you need them to do. And then change it to an integer. And let's say, okay, so now if we can get the choice, how do we take our choice and then put it into the cart? Anyone have any suggestions on what I could do for
that? Is it .push or the chevron signs?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so let's what we want to do is we want to shovel, which is what these operators make it do, is the shovel method. And then we want to shovel something from the pets array into the cart array. Now, this will, how do we know which one? Because we want to do choice -1. Now this will work, but let me show you what happens if we put something in that doesn't quite fit. So let's run this. Oh. So say we want to pick out the pets. And so if we pick out a pet, we can't really see the card, so it's not going to do us any good. But say I press 1, that looks like it works. It does exit it. But say I do pick out pets, and say I press like 6. 6. Well, we'll have to view the card to see why it's not working. So let's actually do that. Let's say, does anyone have any idea what we should do to add some validations into this? before we go on. Okay, I'll show you what will happen if we don't list. This will be more interesting. So if we want to show our cart, that's just the same as showing the pets. So we can just kind of copy what we're doing there, each with index, and we will take we'll call it an item in the cart. Just we could call it a cart, a pet, but let's just call it an item. And then with the index and our block, and then let's kind of do the same thing. We basically want to show each one of the pets in the cart. It might be helpful if we put like, this is what is in the cart. And then that'll just show all the pets. So basically we're doing exactly the same thing as what we're doing up here with looping, iterating through each one of the pieces, the elements in the cart array, putting the index, and then the cost there. So let's see if this is working here. So we're going to pick out a pet, and let's choose Chancho. And oh, 1 second. Oh, Josh wants to join us. Hold on. Sometimes I ignore my messages when I'm doing this. Hold on 2 seconds. All right. I think I got him. Okay, cool. And okay, so let's see if that shows. Oh, here's our first problem: is we're not looping through the menu, so it's exiting out before we can get back to the menu. So let's, when we're showing all the pets at the end, let's go back to the main menu so that it loops. Hey, Josh, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
So we're going to check this out, see if we can pick out a pet, take a Reptar this time, and then view the cart. Oh, okay, so here's the first error. Undefined local variable or method pet for main object. So we're looking at line 47. And oh yeah, so here I've copied, I used to call this pet here, now it's item. Let's just change it back to pet so we don't have to change too many things. That should fix that. So let's pick out pets, Smokey, and view my cart. Okay, so we've got Smokey. Now, here's the problem if we run it again. If we pick out our pet and we choose like pet, say we choose pet like Abe, and then we view cart, gives us an error, right? So what we need is some kind of validation so that it doesn't just put anything that we choose into the cart. Because in show cart, I mean, what is this saying? I think what's going on is that we've put something that doesn't exist in the show cart. It just doesn't really like what we're doing here on line 37. This is where this error is originally from. So what we can do to fix that is we can just put a little conditional statement and say if the choice is greater than 0, and then double and, which is it validates whether this is, makes sure that this is true before continuing on to the next thing. So then we say if choice is equal to or less than at pets.length, then we can do this. So that will basically say if the choice is greater than 0 and less than the length of the pets, then we can shovel our choice from the pets array into the cart. Else we can just put invalid choice. And let's not forget to end the statement there. So that should solve that kind of problem. So if we go to pick out a pet and we do 6, it'll say invalid choice and then take us back to the main menu. We could have it go back to choose pets here. I think that would make a little more sense. We gotta make sure to exit out. I'm sure you guys are learned that you have to exit out of your program. It doesn't automatically update it. So let's pick out our pets, mittens, pets, 88, doesn't work, goes back to the pets. So let's hit Chancho. And then if we want to view the cart, we can see that we've got mittens and Chancho. Okay, cool. So let's go on to our next item. Now, let me stop and ask if anyone has any questions so far.
Yeah, I have a quick one. So I've been following along, just kind of copying all the code just to get used to all of it and like be able to do it. And, you know, and I can't see where there's like a difference in my syntax or in my code, but every time I try to show the cart, then it says undefined method. But then it shows like the shovels.
You can share your screen if you want.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that real quick.
Stop.
Okay, can you see that okay?
Mhm.
All right. So this has happened several times. I don't know if I just have done something. It might just be something really simple. But every time I try to run, so it'll go through normal. So where's the beginning? Welcome to the store. Then I pick out the pets. I chose 4, so there's Smokey. But then anyway, yeah, but every time I go to display, like show a cart, unless I'm misunderstanding something, but either way, it's like I keep getting this error. Maybe it's actually happening when I try to just select 4.
Let's see. Choice minus one. Does anyone see it? I'm not really seeing off the top of my head. So
Because his array is car instead of cart. So it's not.
Yep. Yeah.
Where?
That's probably what it is.
Oh, okay. Okay, I noticed that. Thank you.
Just pet. Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's those kind of things can really, catch you up, especially like in the beginning. It's pretty common to get a lot of like those kind of one semicolon in the wrong place or one thing spelled wrong. Okay, cool. Can you guys all see my screen here? Did I not? Yeah, you can see this, right? Okay, sweet. So let's keep going on this. So let's do the remove pet. Remove is pretty similar. So first thing we should do is probably show the cart, and then we should put something here. Select a pet to remove cart. We'll show the cart, and then we will do the same thing. Choice equals gets dot to I. I guess it would be gets dot chomp. Although I don't know if you need to chomp it to make it to an integer. I'm not really sure on that one. You might not have to. And then
What does the chomp function do?
chomp takes out the between strip and chomp. I can't remember exactly. Taylor, you seem to explain it better. Like, what was strip?
So,
chomp?
I mean, this is not an adequate explanation at all. But I think that dot strip or strips, maybe it's strip, gets rid of all of the trailing white space that might be there. So if someone is like, puts like a 1 and then a space and then hits enter, it'll get rid of that and still, it'll still put just the number 1 with no space into the variable. Chomp, I think, gets rid of any extra breaks. And so if there's like a \n in the user's input because they hit enter or something, it'll get rid of that. But from what I have found, I think you're right, most of the time, either one will do when it comes to this sort of a use case.
Yeah.
But I think there are specific reasons to use both. I don't have enough experience to know all the differences, but
I think for like more in-depth stuff, you want to differentiate between the two. But and you might not even need to convert to an integer, you might not need it, but let's just put it in there to be safe. So let's put the same validation that we put here. So we want this line. We're going to want to make sure that we're removing the right one. And then can someone remind us of what the method to delete something is called?
Delete at.
Yep, exactly. So delete at, and we'll do choice -1. So it's just kind of like adding it. I mean, we're just going through like the basic CRUD actions, and then we'll send you back to the main menu. Else we will say invalid choice, and make sure to end that. And I think this will work to remove. So, I mean, a lot of this like CRUD action, which is create, read, update, and destroy, is kind of, just kind of follow the same kind of pattern. So we also could probably put an exit on this menu. That would make a little more sense to have an exit in here. Sweet. So let's pick out a pet. Let's do spot. Let's pick out another one, mittens, and then let's view my cart. This is what's in your cart, spot mittens. Oh, we need to send this back to the menu after the cart because it's just kicked us back to the out of the program. Let's try that again. And let's do pick out pets, challenge arrow, pick out pets. Let's do 2 challenge arrows this time. We're not really removing them, so we can get more than one. View the cart. Okay, they're in there. So let's remove one. Oh, okay, we don't want 2 challenge arrows. We just want 1. So let's take out. Did that work? Oh, okay. I see what's doing. It's kicking us back to here. So on show cart, here's the problem. So we're doing remove pet, and then it's doing show cart. But show cart is kicking us back to the main menu because show cart will show everything that's in the cart, and then it'll go back to the main menu. So in order to fix this, does anyone want to take a stab at how to fix this, or I can show you? So let me show you what I figured out to do. So I would take this main menu and move it out of there, move it only to, when you do the show cart, let's have that one run and go back to the main menu only when you press 2 from the main menu. So this way, show cart doesn't send us always back to the menu. So show cart, remove pet should now just show the cart and then go on to the gets here, because we're actually in the gets here on line 61. So like if I do this, it will delete all of them. So if I press 1, oh, maybe not. No, because we're on the main menu, so actually it wouldn't. But let me run that again. So let's do pick out a pet, Chancho, pick out a pet, Chancho. Let's remove an item. Let's remove Chancho. And then we can view the cart, and we've only got 1 here left. So our delete method is working. So cool. So that's create, update, create, read, update, and destroy. So we're doing create. Well, we haven't done create yet. We're going to do that with the adding a pet here. So we've got read, which is the show choose pets. We've got the update, which is well, actually we can't update a pet either. So we're only doing some of the CRUD but let's try and get it so we can add another pet. So we're going to make a little bit of an admin panel. Does anyone want me to stop for any questions? Okay, cool. So let's do the admin panel. And let's see how I want to do this. First, let's ask for like a password. So let's do puts, what is the admin password? And then we'll do choice equals, we can actually just skip that. So we can say if gets, I think we can do this. Yeah, if gets dot chomp equals pass, we'll call the password pass. Then we will go into the, we'll add the inventory. So then we can do puts add inventory, and then we will do puts animal name equals gets dot chomp. I'm just kind of going through this faster because I want to get done before the end of the day. And then we will do the price, and then the cost equals gets dot chomp to I. So this, we're just asking to put in the name and the cost, and then what we can do is put those into an object and shovel it into the pets array. And actually, we're going to need, since we've got the type of pet, we're going to need to put that into. We don't really need to, but if we're going to need, if we want to get it later, then we'll need that eventually. And so name will equal name. Maybe you could call this like new name. It's the same thing. I mean, you can have the key. This is the variable, which is the value, and the key can be the same thing, and it won't have a conflict. So we'll have name, we'll have type of pet equal set to type of pet, and we want cost to be the cost. And so this will ask the user to put in all the information and then add it to the pets array. And then we will go back to the main menu. We need to also do an else and kick the user back to the main menu if they don't know the password for the admin. So let's try that. Okay, so let's go to admin. What's the admin password? Pass. And then now we can add inventory. So we're going to call this, I don't know, blue. Blue is $50. Ooh, okay. So I've got an error. And it's undefined local variable or method get. That's here on line 86. And let's do that again. So we're going to go to admin, put in password, add an animal. We'll call it blue. Blue is $55. There's a pig. We need to kick ourselves back to the main menu here. And then let's look at our pets. And there we've got blue down at the bottom. So that's how you can add another thing in. So that's, it's kind of like, you know, the contact list, like adding a new contact, but when you're adding it to the menu. So the only thing we've got left, which I don't know if we'll have time to do, but I could kind of put it in really quick, is just like the cost. If you want to add up the cost, we'll go to show total, and what you can do is basically iterate through. You can set up like total cost equals 0. We can just define a variable and set it to 0, and then we can take the at cart and we can do each loop, and we can call each thing a pet, and then we can take each one of those pets, the cost, and what we can do is take the total cost, do plus equals pet dot cost, actually, yeah, from the cart, and then we can put total cost. And that should get us the total cost. So let's see if that works real quick, and then also take us back to the main menu, something I keep forgetting. Oh, we gotta pick up pet, okay. Exit, go back to here, pick out a pet, spot should be $25, and then if we show the total, we've got it here. It's not very easy to see, but you could make that a little bigger. And there's kind of basically what you can do to get the pet store right. So thanks for coming today. That's all I got. Does anyone have any thoughts or questions or feedback?
Hey, one super quick question. In the admin method, where do you have the main menu repeat, or where are you calling main menu?
Just here at the end, like here, if they don't get the password right, and then also
Just kick them
after
back.
after they input a new pet.
Okay.
Cool. Well, that's all. I'm gonna send you guys back to the main room.